5-minute trap. Pandas, 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 pandas. Good morning, pandas. Welcome to my stream. I'm glad that you guys can join us. I'm Bye Money. And we're going to get our bamboo today. Let's get our bamboo. Hope everyone's doing well. If you're just joining, make sure you guys fill out that poll. Let me know what kind of day you think it's going to be. Also, drop a GM in the chat, right, to let the YouTube algorithm know we are busting here and we are ready to go. And we're ready to get our bamboo. Give us a GM in the chat with your location. I'd love to know where you guys are from. Just finished our pre-market show and always have a blast there. Let's see here. What do we have here now? Ride or die. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning. Let's go, baby. Kenny So. Good morning, pandas. Day trading like a predator. Good morning. Welcome back. Kenny So asks, I'm still new to S&P 500. Is S&P 500, S&P 500 ES are the same? It's a very good question, actually. Actually, what we're trading here is not the S&P 500. We're trading the S&P 500 futures. And what we're trading is actually a derivative product. Right? Futures is a derivative product of the underlying, which is the S&P 500. So the ES, E-mini, S&P 500 futures, they're all kind of the same thing. The S&P 500 futures actually, the full size ones are actually insanely large. So what we're actually trading is a E-mini, and so it's a smaller product, but it has, I believe, the most volume in terms of trading. And so the E-mini, right now, they also have the micros, right, the micro E-mini, and so you have the micro contracts that are 10 times smaller than the E-mini. So but we're trading the E-mini. It's kind of like once the E-mini was created, it just opened the doors for retail traders to come into futures, because no one really has like the margin requirements to like trade full futures contracts. It's like absolutely insane. I think it's like 500 times more than, you know, the E-mini or something like that. I'm not sure. Something like 50 times more, something like that. Like the full size contracts. But they basically move in line, hand to hand together, and so that's why we like to trade the S&P 500 futures. But Timothy Chapo pretty much has it. At the end, it's just you know, the price movements are pretty much exactly the same. It's just yeah, there's different margin requirements. Andrew Gibson, good morning. Peter Cho, good morning. The Worldview Bro, good morning. SW Blaze, good morning. Kevin Mack from Louisville, good morning. Show Me Hydroponics says, just started the two-legged pulleys, the two-leggies, and I'm up 1368 today already. Let's go, baby. Congratulations. Spawn Productions, Panda Gang, Adashi Marty, morning from Sayulita. Sayulita. Andrew Gibson says, under 40 degrees in California. I want my money back. Yeah, if California doesn't have good weather, what is the point of living in California? In my opinion, we have like first break a trend here, and this break a trend actually is pretty strong. Multiple legs down. Getting pushed up here. Good morning, guys. Bernadette. Good morning, good morning. Kid Poker. Good morning, Richard Harris. Good morning. Let's get that bamboo. All right, pandas. What happened yesterday, pandas? That was insane. I mean, when I look at the daily chart, this movement from down here all the way up here, absolutely insane. I mean, how many points is that in the emini? Let me see here. That's a 187 point move. Absolutely insane. You know, the move up was crazier than the move down. You know, yesterday's close was right here, and whew, that is something else, pandas. I mean, we had like a 200 point move from the bottom to the high, and essentially when the market opened, it just rocketed upwards. And what ends up happening on the daily chart, we actually have, right, first break a trend, and we have a new low with a two-legged pullback, new low. Typically what we wait for here now, we kind of sit on our pause here to figure out what's going to happen, but typically what happens, I mean, this is the best setup we can imagine here. It's some sort of second entry short, failed second entry short, something like that, to give us a nice reason to go higher here. And it could even look like this, right? That's exhibit A or exhibit B, and we're actually looking to go up here, which is really weird because who would have guessed? The stimulus the market needed to reverse is a war. I mean, that is economically, that's probably one of the worst things that can happen. But for some reason, the market loves it, and it made a huge reversal bar on the daily. So what am I expecting here? I mean, it's a good question. I mean, typically I would wait for a reversal here. We do have that first break of trend to new low, but I may look for this measure move. If this measure move doesn't get hit and we start to break above the 20 MA, I'm thinking strong reversal, major trend reversal, something like that. And I mean, don't forget, we've been in this super strong uptrend, and this is kind of like maybe a pullback from that. But we shall see. I mean, this could be also just a strong move up, and we could actually just reverse here and keep going down. If we don't break above this pivot high, then we're, in my opinion, we're probably still in a downtrend. Like if we start to get another push down, then hard to say in this spot. I have to see what happens here. If we start to push strongly up, I'm thinking reversal. If we kind of like hover here and maybe make a two-legged pullback and we push down again, then you're thinking something else is happening, because what we should be getting is a reversal here. But if we don't get a reversal where we should be getting reversal, then our downtrend is continuing, and we look for a bigger trend. Essentially we'll probably extend it like this to like this, and we'll probably see something like this along the lines. But until that happens, we're going to keep this trend line and let the market tell us more information, because at this point everyone's question is this big bull bar, this reversal bar on a daily, is it going to reverse the market for us? And I just don't know. I mean, that's why we use price action, because we want to let the price action tell us a little bit more what's going to happen. And I'm not really looking to go long. I'll go look on the daily chart. At least if I were to go long, it would have to be above the 20 MA. But as long as we're below the 20 MA and we start to make more lows, then we have to continue downtrend and adjust our lines here. But as of things stand, so the question is, will I go short? It's still difficult, because this is typically where we do look for or it fails second entry shorts. And unsure, really unsure. It does get a little confusing here. This area does get a little confusing, so we'll let the price action tell us more information before we make any big moves. We have a two-leggy here. Push is strong. Let's get that bamboo. Market just opened. Let's go, baby. Let's get that bamboo. Yesterday's high is right here. We have a strong move down, and we're kind of looking for a new high here. I think first break of trend of this channel up. But just sitting on my pause here. Do I think this is a strong downtrend? It's hard to say. It doesn't look like a strong downtrend, but it may have a reversal pattern here. I'm not very interested in going short right here per se. We do break below here, creating that reversal, or fails like entry long, bouncing off the 20 MA. I'm gonna let this play out. I'm gonna let a couple bars play out for us before doing anything here. Okay, we get a new low here. On the higher time frames, what we're getting is a two-leggy. But break a trend, new high. I wouldn't be surprised if we reverse here, to be honest. It's just hard to say. Like, I really don't know what kind of day we're gonna have today. Are we have a bull trend? Are we gonna have a bear trend? It's just, it's a little confusing. I'm not entirely sure. We could have a bull trend day today, but I don't know. Big push up. Getting a nice two-leggy on the 10K chart though. Almost tempted to take it, but I'm gonna sit on my pause here. Do have a two-leggy on the 10K chart. A, B, C. Two-leggy on 10K. Do I like this? I don't. I really don't like this trade here. I'm gonna let it pass. If it, scalps out, then, let it scalp up. But I'm just not confident in that trade at all. We do have a spiking channel on the 5-minute chart. Break of this channel. And what typically happens is we try to retest the top of this channel as well to make some sort of double top. 10K two-leggy just triggered. Beautiful signal bar. It does scalp out 1 point. 20 EMA is pointing upwards. We get 2 points there. So nice scalp for the 10K chart. Very nice signal bar. It's just a two-legged pullback. I just didn't like it because we just came after a break of trend, new high. Wasn't sure really what's going to happen there, but a strong, bold trend here, seems like. Some people would draw this trend line using the lows here, something like that. I will just keep it traditional here. We'll use these lines. Big push up. And retesting that high, right? So the 5-minute chart had a spike channel and the channel broke, and now we're testing that high of that channel to create some sort of double top here. And the first bar on the 5-minute looking like a strong bull bar. And if it's a strong bull bar like this, that could give us the tempo for the rest of the day. We could have a strong bull trend day today. This first bar on the 5-minute, super strong bull bar, and perhaps maybe. But right now, I'm gonna let this price action play out a little bit because I see the spiking channel and this break here with a test of the high of the spiking channel. I'm gonna sit on my pause a little bit because I want to see what happens with this high. You know, you gotta look to the left of the charts. We did have a strong bull bar, but you gotta look to the left of the charts and see this, that we have perhaps some resistance here. If you guys are just joining, make sure you guys scalp that like button. Just watching here, just watching. Two legs up here. Got a two-leggy. Creating a high base here. It looks like a bull flag of some sorts. This two-leggy can turn to a two-leggy like this. Technically, it's like this. Yep, technically it's like that. Do I want to go long here? It's tough to say if I want to go long here because of obvious resistance right here. This is tough to say. I mean, it's a little too far away from my 20 MA. It is a two-legged pullback, getting a little choppy here. A, B, C, two-legged pullback. For those who want to participate in this uptrend, potential entry here. I'm gonna set on my pause. I mean, to me, it's more like I'll feel more confident on the trap trade to the downside rather than going long here because of the obvious resistance here, right? We have the trading range indicator also giving us a trading range, telling us this is the top and this is the bottom of the trading range. We're bouncing nicely, right? Double bottom off of yesterday's high, which could give us some support here, and that could be in itself our bottom, and we could just be going up. But hard to say. It's really hard to say here. Will I take this long trade? I won't. I'll be passing this long trade. Thoughts and prayers to anyone who does go long here. I hope it works out if you do go long. Scalps out immediately. Nice push up. Tate asks a good question. He says, hi, long-time lurker. Apex question. If I have a NT8 lifetime license key already, should I use that one or my Apex account too? I don't want it to copy trades and blow my personal account. You need to connect to both, but in terms of your license, you know, you should connect to, I mean, if you don't want to trade on your personal, then just don't connect to your personal. They'll use Continuum. But if you want to connect just with Apex, you can use the Apex connection. And the Apex connection, so I guess the question you're really asking is what license should you use? I personally would use your lifetime license because there are times when the Apex connection, it actually does not connect, like off hours, especially the time between 5 to 6. Actually, the Apex doesn't, I have a hard time connecting using Apex, and so I actually don't use Sometimes I like to just use my regular license to connect with my regular account. And so but really, the only way you could blow your account trading Apex is if you have a trade copier and you're using your trade copier on your personal as well. That's like the only way that would really blow your account, I guess, your personal. But with that being said, for those who don't even have the lifetime license for NinjaTrader, I mean, the nice thing about Apex is that that's a little extra little bonus you get. You get a free license. Like you can trade basically like it's Sim. You don't have to pay market data. You don't have to pay for your licensing fee. You know, it's all there wrapped into the evaluation. Plus, also, if you get funded, it's wrapped into your fee that you pay every month, and so you get free license essentially and free market data. Well, not free, you're paying for the fee, but I mean it's all wrapped in there, so you get what you pay for essentially. We're clearly above the 20 MA and we are kind of chopping around here. That higher low second entry long was enticing to enter into. I just didn't enter because I feel like we were at the top of a trading range, and I don't like to go long on top of trading ranges. It's just, in my opinion, it just makes sense. So I'm not looking to go long here until we start to really break out. Hey guys, if you guys are just jumping in, make sure you guys drop a GM in the chat. Let me know you're here. Pandas sitting on my paws here. It looks bullish. What can I say? I mean, it kind of looks bullish. I mean, but it looks too sideways for me right now. It looks too sideways for me. In fact, we get a little two-leggy here. A, B, C, right? Two-leggy. We actually have like almost like a breakup trend to test a new high with a two-leggy. Huh. Hard to say here. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes all the way back down to the bottom of the trading range. It just looks choppy to me. I'm just unsure what's gonna happen here. We had this strong push up, and a lot of us probably thought we're gonna just keep rocketing upwards, but trading range indicator said otherwise. Coming back to the bottom of the trading range. We're at the bottom of the trading range. I mean, it could be one of those days. We could just be in trading range all day today. The market just trying to decide what to do. Really unsure. Sean W, good morning from Toronto. Let's go, baby. So many Canadians. I love it. I love it. A lot of things happening. I'm not gonna lie. When I visited Canada, I loved it. I loved it. Went to Vancouver, and it was beautiful. So nice. Spent time in Seattle, then went to Vancouver, and man, I mean, if I were to do that trip again, I would have stayed longer in Vancouver. It was so beautiful. The people are nice. People are nice. They actually have really good food. It's amazing. Like really fresh, like seafood, sushi. Big push down here. When I enter a short trade here, at the trap, a little too far away from the 20 MA. And we're also at the bottom of the trading range now. So, I mean, technically what we should be is fading this breakdown and thinking we're coming back to the top here. Terrible signal bars, not something I'm very interested in. Does scalp out for anyone who just wanted to take this two-legged pullback back up here. Canadians, yeah. They're my Canadian pandas, my Canadians. Well, Free says, try the east coast of Canada, panda. I mean, the only time I've gone to the east coast of Canada is going to Niagara Falls. A long time ago. But yeah, I'll take you up on that. I'll go there sometime. Oh, my stomach is growling. Getting a nice two-leggy on the 10K chart here. So two-legged pullback on the 10K chart. ABC off the 20 EMA, right? I mean, we're just riding along this 20 EMA right now. Referees, that is not the East Coast. Hey, it was Eastern Canada. Just waiting here. I mean, it looks bullish. What can I say? I mean, when I see this price action here, it looks bullish. It looks like it's creating some sort of triangle, looking like it wants to continue the uptrend, and you know, it's pointing slightly upwards. And the thing is that we're above the 20 MA, and so that's what's making me feel like it's pretty bullish. And every time we come off the 20 MA, we have these like strong bull bars, right? Big bull bars here on the support, and making it look like we have some conviction every time we touch the support, making me think there's some bulls here. But you know, we shall see. Bottom of the trading range, most likely back to the top of the trading range. I'm going to draw out this triangle on the 2K. I felt like today was going to be like a day like this, where it's just kind of difficult. You know, it's just going to be up and down. And, you know, the only way for me to really have entered this trade is if I went long here on the first reversal at the bottom of the trading range. And typically I like to enter higher highs or higher lows, right, for these trading range, or right, three failed breakouts on the upside or downside. I like to enter that kind of setup. But this, you know, just coming in just on the first reversal after hitting the bottom trading range is a little difficult, just because you always have that question: is this the one where it's going to break out or break down? And oftentimes it does break out, and they're failed breakout, so you lose a trade on a failed breakout, which is even worse. We do have a trap trade here to the short side potentially, but we already bounced off the bottom here. Yeah, so I really wouldn't go short here because we already bounced off the bottom, thinking we're going back to the top, and that's where the force is. And if it does work out and actually pushes stronger down, then you're thinking, right, there's some sort of selling pressure in this. Right, the selling pressure is stronger if you hit the bottom but can't hit the top of a trading range. That means the trading range. That means there's more bears and bulls. Just waiting here. Coming back to the top of that trading range. Let's see if we hit it. Curious to see. I mean, this is so clean. I almost would want to go short here if we get a nice reversal, but I'm not sure. This triangle looks really clean right now. It makes me want to go short on the next reversal here, just like what we had here. Reversal. Potential measure move that we want to keep track of, because that can give us, you know, reasons not to go short here. Because if this measure move is not done, then, you know, it might want to complete this measure move. So sitting on my pause here. We have a hidden second entry short right here. Why do I say hidden second entry? Because what we actually have here is an A, B, C pattern. This actually breaks below and breaks above outside bar reversal, and creates a hidden second entry. So that break right there is actually hidden second entry short. But I'm not inclined to take hidden second entry shorts. Just sitting on my pause here. I mean, this is such a nice looking triangle here. I almost want to go short at the top of this triangle, looking for some sort of failed breakout attempt. But we need to get closer than that. We're missing it by about 1 or 2 points, and I want to get a little closer before shorting here. And I want to take a stab at this short trade and see what happens. Your candles look different. I hate doing this in the middle of trading, but I'll reload my historical. It's going to take about 2 minutes for this to happen. I'm reloading my historical here. So I'm not entering any trades until my charts reload here. And it usually takes about 2 minutes. I mean, that could be the attempt to hit the top of the triangle, and it just misses it by so much. It's kind of weird. Makes me feel a little bearish here. We shouldn't be missing it by that much. In fact, we should be hitting it, or maybe, you know, breaking out of it, failed breakout. Just give it a few moments here. Just waiting for this to reload. This is why I hate doing this in the middle of stream. I should have done it before. Maybe. Frank Angelo says, recently learned a group of pandas is called an embarrassment. Is that real? I don't know. Like a group of pandas. Like a flock. A group of geese is like a flock. Like a flock of pandas is just... They're called an embarrassment. Omar Polino just hit my 3K profit goal on Apex evaluation. Thank you for discount code Panda. Let's go, baby. Hey, congratulations. Yeah, give Omar a nice, you know, congratulations in the chat. If you're a panda, throw him some emoticons. Congrats, Omar. Embarrassment. It's an embarrassment. Let's go. I mean, how many dads do we have here? I mean, all the dads just are probably screenshotting that joke because they just think it was the greatest joke ever. Greatest dad joke. Oh my, it's kind of got a little awkward. Here we go. All right, I'm not sure if your candles look different now, but or if the candles look a little bit better. Getting a push down here. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. No trade so far. Very slow day today. Big push down. So us missing that, very interesting. We missed the top of that triangle, and now we're coming back down, not even being able to hit the top of that. Strong bear bar ending on its low here. Big push down here. Coming back to yesterday's high. I don't think yesterday's high is gonna stand. I personally don't think it's gonna last. I think we're gonna break down here. We missed it by one tick, but I think if we hit it, we're gonna break through it pretty hard. Very interesting. I mean, it looked bullish to me, to be honest. Like, it looked like it was gonna go up, and I mean, when you're looking at the higher time frames, even the higher time frames looked like it was gonna go up. But I mean, this could be a failed breakdown, but I don't know if I'll treat it like that. I don't know if I'll treat this like that. Okay, so we close above yesterday's high. Potential trap trade here. Would I take a second entry short here? Hard to say. Again, because most breakouts fail, most breakdowns fail. So when we have a breakdown like this could fail and just come right back up. I mean, especially when you have a reversal candle like this. I'm not sure if I really want to go short on a second entry short if we do get it. I'm not sure if I want to do this. In fact, the trading range indicator just expanded the trading range basically to yesterday's high. Interesting. I don't know. Pandas. It's a little interesting here. Unsure. That reversal. This is actually a reversal pattern right now. Failed second entry long, and look at the higher time frames. Strong bear bar ending on its low. Let's see if we get follow through here on that strong bear bar. I don't really have an entry. I don't know if I would really enter this reversal trade here. Bottom of the trading range too. Difficult for me to have taken that either way. Five minutes strong bear bar ending on its low. What we have here is that spike channel, test of that high of that channel, and it fails, and well, not necessarily fails, it tries to get it, makes a lower high double top, and now we're pushing down, and this could be a strong push down here. And we can come back down here. Who knows? I mean, I wasn't really expecting a lot of movement today, but we could. I mean, just looking at the price action, this failures could be a big deal, and we can come all the way back down to the bottom here. There was a little like bundle of candles I was looking at in the Globex section, and this happened at 3 a.m. And when I saw this, that looked very interesting to me, saying that we might come back down here to test this, because that's a lot of price action that happens in one spot. We may come back down here, and we shall see. You know what? I'll mark it here for us. We may come back down there because that's a lot of price action. Might get a two-leggy here. Am I looking to go short here though, pandas? If I get two-legged pullback here, will I be willing to go short here? Let's not be lazy. Let's draw our trend lines here. Gaps on the way down. Potential two-legged pullback here. A little sideways. All right, we got first break of trend here. Would I be willing to take a two-legged pullback off the 20 EMA here is the question. I'll take it with two. I'll take it with two. Attaching to the indicator, and I will reverse this trade if it gets me. I want to participate in this downtrend, and I want to take it with two contracts. But if it reverses on me, I'll take the reversal. Doji bar, not interested anymore. Terrible signal bar, complete doji. Context decent to go short, but 4 pushes down as well, right? We have a 4 here, and so the indicator is nice to let us know that we have 4 pushes down, which typically is like the end of a move. You know, we've got two, basically it's two-legged pullbacks. One two-legged pullback and another two-legged pullback. Two two-legged pullbacks in a row, A, B, C, and another two-legged pullback. So these two-legged pullbacks often means a completion of a move. First break of trend. That's a terrible signal bar. It's actually a terrible signal bar. This is the signal bar here. Let's see if we can get a reversal here. Attaching it to the indicator. Just finished. We're going to try to take this reversal trade up here. See if we can get... Okay, got a scalp off that reversal trade. Just a scalp though. Just good enough for a scalp. Easy peasy, easy money. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Got a scalp. Got a lower high second entry here. I may be interested in this lower high second entry. Actually interested in this lower high second entry because we haven't broke this high yet, thinking we can come back to test the bottom of this smaller range here. Okay, we did break the high, so those who are in this trade, right, who went short here, just got stopped out with that little candle. See, this is why it's tricky. That's why this is tricky. That's why that was tricky, and that's why I didn't want to go short here. And if I were to go short, I was going to reverse it. But big bull bar, right? That was a signal bar, and I didn't want to enter it, so I took the opposite side. And that's kind of like a little trick, I guess. You know, when you see like a bad setup to go short, it's kind of like, well, I guess I'll just wait for the trap trade because that's a bad setup. And I've been, in the sense, I've been in that position before, in the bad setup, and I've been trapped out before, and so I want to participate on the other side and get those trap traders. So right, this is like a bad setup because this is technically the signal bar, and you're trying to go short on that signal bar, and that's not a good idea. Simply not a good idea. Having an uptrend here now, right? Reversal setup. Right? It happens right after the first break of trend here, which typically does happen in trading ranges, right? When you have failed breakdowns. So there were days on stream where we saw a big breakdown and I did not want to take the short trade because I was afraid that we might have a reversal back into the trading range with a failed breakdown. I think it happened a couple of days ago, I remember, and because of that, you know, I ended up missing out on a big downtrend because I was too afraid of the failed breakdown. But here is a case where it does work out for us, right? Where we actually, because we're worried that we're going to come back into our trading range, right? That saved us this time. And so I know it works out sometime, and oftentimes I skip all these trades, and people are probably wondering, getting super impatient with me and saying, why are you skipping all these trades? They're all working out. It's because it's not the fact that they can work out, it's the fact that they can not work out. And so, you know, there was, I think maybe 2 days ago, where we had a breakdown like this of some sort of trading range or triangle, and I did not enter the downtrend after the breakdown. I wanted to wait to see what happened, and this is a case where, you know, being patient works out for us. And so the thing about scalping, you got to be greater than 90%. You have to be a 90% trader. And so you know, that's why I'm just super ultra patient when it comes to these setups. I'm not trying to like just do it because like for any other reason other than I like to, you know, try to enter the best trades that fits all my criteria. So this triangle does break down, failed breakdown, coming back up into the triangle. Most likely will create a failed breakout, or maybe a successful breakout, but most likely will be some sort of breakout. We have an overshoot of this channel, so hard for me to go long here on an overshoot. Typically on overshoots, we come back to the bottom and overshoot to the other side. Just as we overshot this, we're going to probably overshoot it here, but also on this uptrend, overshoot here, most likely overshoot here. Not sure if it's going to happen right here, but this overshoot is unsustainable, right? This is not a sustainable uptrend. So sooner or later, it's going to come back down. And knowing that, I'm not going to go long after an overshoot. Suman says, I hit my 9K goal with that. That finishes my eval final. Let's go, baby. Congratulations, Suman. Hey, let's go, baby. Showing some love this month. I love it when you guys pass your evaluations, because now anyone who passes their evaluations has the opportunity to to trade a funded account, and it's like all you had to do is pass the evaluation, and now you're gonna, you know, with 150, you're gonna have $150,000 to trade with now. Absolutely incredible. It does trap out and does push out, but still you're be trading that overshoot, and I'm not interested in going long here. I actually probably would be a bit more aggressive if I wasn't streaming. You know, I might have entered this. I might have entered that trap for scalp, because this is such a strong push up. Multiple bull bars in a row, small pullback, and you're thinking any pullback here will be small. So Russell H. No, that's a different trade. I remember the trade that you're talking about. That trade is not the trade I'm talking about. I'm talking about after the breakout. There were opportunities, right? There were second entry shorts after the breakout. So that happened like here, and that ended up being a, you know, big reversal. But I was talking about it happened more after the breakout, and typically you wait for the breakout to come back in, and so. I know what trade you're talking about. Okay, so now we are starting to come back to the top of the triangle here. Top of this triangle. I'm actually looking for a second entry long if I can get it, but it's just like we have that overshoot here. Typically leads to an overshoot to the other side. Jimmy James asks, do you enter after the number of the leg registers, or do you place an order before? Not entirely sure what the question is asking. I usually have my order set up so it triggers once the leg triggers. Okay, I see what you're saying. So while it's developing. So if the first candle is developing after reversal, then usually the super signal is just waiting, hovering above the high of that candle. And sometimes in that one candle, it kind of makes new highs within that own within itself. And so yeah, I usually wait for the candle to finish before placing it, if it's on that first candle, on that first reversal. For instance, right when it triggers here, you see the reversals here, but this candle can come down and this super signal will follow it down, and I'll wait for this candle to finish, and that only happens with the first candle after reversal, right? You have this potential, yeah, so you see how it moved down. So we're waiting for this candle to finish before we make a decision on this super signal. Not that I'm looking to go short here, but I'm just saying. So like I mentioned, pandas, we had an overshoot here, leads to an overshoot to the other side. That's why I'm not going long at the end of this overshoot, right? After we have an overshoot, I'm not trying to go long after an overshoot. Overshoot here to an undershoot. And we missed the top of the triangle again. It's kind of surprising. I thought we would definitely hit it. Second push down. I'm looking to go long here, pandas. Looking to go long. So I want this candle to finish before placing my order. I want a good signal bar, and I'm looking to go long here, pandas. Really wonky signal bar, but Ooh, interesting. Strong push down. Very strong push down. Signal bar is not favorable. Ugly signal bar, pretty large as well. But creates like a double bottom here. I still like a long trade here though, pandas. I still like this long trade. I'm going smaller here because this signal bar is large. The signal bar is not good, but I like the long trade here. I like the fact that we could potentially make a new high. I could get trapped out here though, pandas. That could be my impatience. Bad signal bar entering long here. And it looks like I'm gonna get trapped out. Ah, unfortunate. That's unfortunate. I'm most likely get trapped out here. But I'm not planning to reverse my trade here because I'm looking for a new high. And I'm thinking we're gonna still go up. I got trapped out there, pandas. Ooh, very tricky, right? Trap trade here to trap trade here. I was thinking we're getting a new high, but all good. I really thought we were gonna get pushed higher. I may re-enter here long again. I'm thinking one more push up here, and if we get trapped out here again, it's unfortunate, but my premise is that we're gonna make a new high, and this reversal sort of fails here. So we're looking to go high here if we can. If we push below here, I'm no longer interested. Yeah, I'm gonna swing trade this. Okay, we're in this trade. I could get hit again here. Might be one of those days, double hits. But in this trade, I will most likely swing trade this. I'm going to move a little bit because I want this candle to finish. Alright, I'll get out here. I want the candle to finish. I increase my risk a little bit, but I want to also increase my chances to stay in this trade. Potential H4 setup here. It's a swing trade way up here. Let's see if we get it. Strong push up. Need a stronger push up than that. Give me a couple points here. Give me a couple points here. 1, 2, 3, 4 points. Let's come up with 4 points here. Let's go, baby. Pretty much break even, but let's go, baby. Let's go. I'm up $25. Making a killing today. It's not bad. I could have held it a little longer. And as you can see with a strong bull bar like this, I could have held it a little longer. Wanting a little bit more, maybe wanting the full swing trade here. But I was actually happy just making up the money I lost and moving on. So pretty much breaking. I could have held it a little bit longer, maybe for 5 points instead of 4, but it's all good. We'll just wait here. So I did something that typically I do not recommend anyone doing, but I moved my stop loss a little bit. And I was only willing to do that because I didn't think it would go much further down than it did, and I was willing to lose it if I wanted the candle to finish before, because basically this is an H4 setup, right? That actually created an outside bar reversal, shot up, shot back down, and reversed again, and I wanted that candle to finish before giving a little bit more of a chance, and only on one candle. And if it broke below this candle, I was willing to take that hit. And it extended my stop loss just half a point here, and I was just willing to lose that extra half a point to stay in this trade. And obviously I could have held it a little bit longer. I held it for 1, 2, 3, 4 points up here, and it ends up giving us 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, it almost might make our swing trade, so it is what it is. Let's go, baby. Hits our swing trade. I could have held it for the whole entire swing trade, but I just wasn't sure. Wasn't sure what kind of day we're gonna have, and just happy with coming out break even. Right, basically a loss from the other trade, coming out break even, a little bit less. Right, that trade I lost. How much did I lose on that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4.5 points. It's all good. Only trading with 2 contracts, so. Coming back to the top of the trading range. Right, the trading range is still valid on the 10,000 on the 2,000 tick chart. Man, should I just held it for an entire swing? Ah, that's the question. That is a question. Jimmy James says, I got burned this week. My first week of real trading, not simming. Jimmy James, I hope you are using Apex, because if you're using Apex, then you're not losing any of your own money. Please make sure you guys fill out that poll. By the way, if you guys are interested in Apex, just a reminder, there is a 50% off code on the bottom of your screen. So please use it if you guys are interested in Apex. And we trade Apex here every single day. And I'm not risking my own money. I'm risking someone else's money every single day. So this is what I mean by risk-free trading. And we're trading $300,000 accounts. Look at all this chop right here. That's just terrible. Hitting the top of the trading range to the bottom trading range. If we get trap trade here, I'll be interested. If we get trap trade here, I'll be interested. If we get a failed second entry long, I'll be interested here. But like I mentioned, we had a breakdown here of this triangle, and most likely will lead to a breakout here on the other side. Now the question is, will this breakout be successful, or are we going to just have another failed breakout? Just like I mentioned here, this overshoot probably will lead to the overshoot on the other side, which is what it did. This overshoot of this triangle will lead to an overshoot on the other side, which is what it did. And so, that's price action. All this was predicted already before it happened. If you rewind it, you can see, there's on the stream, it's live, and it's all there. I said all of this was going to happen before it happened. Big push up, new high. So it makes me think this breakout is going to be successful, and we're going to actually start to move up here a little bit. But yeah, it seems like it's going to break out. Strong bull bars, any under high. Right? Nothing in trading is 100%, but you have little things that help you in terms of perhaps maybe giving you hints of what's happening. Right? Strong bull bar right on the breakout area, ending on its high. It's typically a good sign for bulls. Let's look at the 5-minute chart. 5-minute chart's just been in trading range this entire time. Wow. I mean, this looks ugly in a 5-minute. Like, if I was trading a 5-minute chart, I really would have no idea how to trade this. This looks terrible. I would wait. I would enter a second entry long here. Russell H up 1092. Let's go, baby. Congrats. Big push up. No second entry long, no entry for us. If we break this high, we can have a pretty big push up, but unfortunately, we have no entry here. That's the first entry, and it's just unfortunate. I wanted a second entry long here, but no second entry longs given, only first entry longs. Right, this is one pullback. This is a one-legged pullback. Right, it's one leg, and so that means it's the first entry. What we're looking for is two legs, something like this. That's what we were looking for to go long. But sometimes the market is very aggressive, and the market is very aggressive, especially when you see like a bunch of first entry longs, right, making scalps and even breaking previous candles high, like previous pivot highs. You know you're in a pretty strong uptrend, right? You have all these gaps forming as well. Gap here, gap here. We have these gaps here now forming, showing a strength of the bulls. I may take a trap here. I may take a trap trade here to go long. It looks like a pretty strong bull trend right now. At least to me, it looks pretty strong. Keeping an eye on this. This may trap here. And I'm eager to enter this uptrend right now. I typically will wait for a two-legged pull. Okay, trap gone. I was going to enter maybe if that was a trap, but trap disappeared. Now we're getting a strong push down. I mean, you could consider this a two-legged pullback. It'll be a hidden second entry long. But in my opinion, technically, it would have to do all this price action still. One push down, another push down, but it's not a technical second entry long. And it creates a stem, almost hits a 20 MA. Big push up. Scalps out immediately. I mean, I wasn't going to enter in the second entry long, or the hidden second entry. What is a hidden second entry? A, B, C. The reason why it's a hidden second entry is because technically, this candle, right, what needed to happen, right, is we had to have a break of candle low, and then high, and then low. But it happened all within like one bar, so... We may miss the boat here. Still interested in a second entry long if we get it. I'm thinking this is a strong uptrend. Pretty strong uptrend right now. And I want to enter in, but I need my setup. You can only take what the market gives you. And there's a big push up. Unfortunately, we just didn't have a setup. We didn't have a setup. But it just looked very, very bullish. And I wanted to enter, I wanted to participate, but wanted my setup and didn't get it. So you can only take what the market gives you. Market gives us no setup, we don't enter. Seems like you guys are doing well. Pretty much a lot of you guys are green, which is really good. Big push up now. Yeah, we got 3 pushes up, creating a wedge. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, 4 wedges. wedge here, and I'm still not looking to go short at all, pandas. I mean, this is not, in my opinion, a time to go short. But at the same time, hard for me to enter long, right? This is what Al Brooks will say: the bulls are trapped out, the bears are trapped in, right? The bears are trying to scale in every single time, and there's gonna be a time where you're gonna see like a massive bull bar where you see all the bears, getting margin called. Spike channel, but doesn't make sense because the channel can't be at a stronger degree than the spike. That doesn't make sense. So I'm just considering this one big uptrend. Just waiting that no setups for us, pandas, unfortunately. I still want to participate in a long trade. And we're getting inside bars now. It's a OI pattern, means breakout mode. Means that if we're gonna break below here, I'm not gonna trade short because we have an uptrend. So if we break below here and then reverse back up, I'm gonna enter that long trade. I'm gonna enter this long trade here because we're in breakout mode right now. And if that fails and reverses, I'm gonna enter long. So this breakout actually works out for us to the other side. Still no entries for me. Just waiting. Sitting on my pause. Being patient here. Just waiting, just waiting. Sorry, pandas. I know. If you're bored, trust me, I'm bored too. So it is what it is when the market does this. I wish I could give you something else, but you can only take what the market gives you. It's giving us absolutely nothing right now, pandas. Okay, we're getting a touch to the 20 EMA. Okay. Let's see what happens here. Do I want to participate in this uptrend still? I think I do. I think I want to still. As long as we're above the 20 May. Carrie Kindle asks, aren't you worried that this is a wedge? Wedges happen all the time. Everything's a wedge almost. You almost get a wedge in almost every single, there's always a wedge. And if you're in a strong uptrend, wedges don't matter as much, in my opinion. Of course, it could happen, but if you're always worried about wedges, then essentially you'll never really enter an uptrend. Because in uptrends, you get wedges all the time. Downtrends, any trend, you get a bunch of wedges. Just waiting here. Looking for a two-leggy. Let's see if we get it. Alex N says, Panda, your stop loss is always behind a candle. What is your max candle size or risk? I usually do 4 points. If it's more than 4 points, I change the size of my contracts, my lot, and I trade accordingly. We have a micro double bottom here. I'm looking for a two-leggy. Let's go. Let's participate. Come to Papa. Give me that second entry short, or give me that second pullback. Right, it hasn't triggered that second pullback yet. It wants to, but it's creating a micro double bottom right now. It needs to trigger this second pullback, right, for the two-legged pullback. A, B, C. Triggers it, shoots downwards. I'm not going to go short here though, pandas. That's not a short I would take because we've been in an uptrend. Now we're below the 20 MA, so this is not a long I can take. Is this a trap trade should I take? Should I look for a trap trade if we get it? Maybe. The higher time frames are showing, right, we're still in a trading range. Big time trading range. 5 minute, big time trading range. And we might just have a trading range day today. Sure, I'll take a reversal here. I'll take a second entry short here. Or I'll fail second entry long. A, B, C, fail second entry long. Let's see if we get a short trade here. We're below the 20 MA now. And, yeah, this is typically where I'll take it. So let's see if we get our setup. And if it's true, if we are in a trading range type day, then, you know, we're looking to go short here at the top of the trading range. Unfortunately, it's not giving us a setup. Again, it's no setups today. Just being patient. Ducks on the pond. Getting a push up here. Potential trap trade to the short side. It's a big candle, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points of risk. That means I'm decreasing my contract sizes to 2 contracts here. Maybe I'll do a runner. Maybe I'll do a runner setup here. Let's trap trade to the short side. Let's see if we can get a nice little scalp here. And I'm going to see if we can get a runner. I mean, I have a 1-point scalp with a runner here. I mean, I scalp out immediately. I almost want to let this marinate just a little bit, but it's all good. Yeah. Let's go, baby. I had basically 2 contract, 1 scalp, 1 runner. And so I was thinking maybe getting it out with letting it marinate, but I'm just happy with my scalp here. We're below the 20 MA. That's why I didn't take this long trade, right? You don't want to take the second entry long when you're below the 20 MA like this. I took a trap trade for a quick scalp, and it's not a strong reversal though. Like this is typically where you have a strong reversal, but and it's currently reversing here, so. Rafael Moraz says, send a hug for Brazilian traders, please. I guess, yeah, hugs here. Here's a hug. Getting a big push up now. So this reversal fails and reverses. That's kind of why letting it marinate is a little risky because if I did let it marinate too long, I actually would have lost money on that trade. And thinking pandas, even though like I'm not making that much money today, you know, if you multiply this, you know, let's just say across four accounts on Apex, then you're technically making, you know, $75,000 a year, just with $75 an average a day. The idea is to be profitable and consistent. It doesn't actually matter how much money you make a day, because you're trading so many contracts. In my opinion, it's more important just to be consistent, just to be profitable. If you have red days, let them be small and let them be few. Looks like we're looking for that new high. Right, higher time frames clearly above the 20 MA. The 5-minute clearly above the 20 MA as well. Sack of Clam says trade copier and 10% cut are the main reasons I chose Apex over Top Step. And also you have a 50% off code. So, I mean, in my opinion, it's just such a good deal. It's just hard to pass up. I mean, it's like, this is why I usually don't, you know, mention these things. You know, like everything I mentioned on the stream, I believe to be helpful for the community. Right, the two-legged pullback indicator that I created on this, you know, this is what you see with all these numbers, you know, and I see this trap trade with magenta boxes, right, marking all the second entries and two-leggies, and you know, it's such a good tool. I actually was using it and I wasn't even planning to sell it, and until so many people were asking me for it, I finally decided, okay, fine, I'll sell it. And you know, and that's the only reason really why I came to selling it, and because I found it to be helpful and I found that people wanted to use it. And so this is why I'm starting to, I sold it. You know, I didn't want to, like, that was not my main prerogative creating this indicator. The main prerogative of the indicator was for me to use it myself and to trade better with it. And ended up being a useful tool, and I think other people who are using it can say the same. You know, the reviews, you know, for people using it, you know, it just seems like people really do benefit from this, you know, this indicator. But same with Apex. You know, I really, you know, there are so many prop firms out there, but I'm personally using Apex, and for me, it personally helps me a lot. So that's why I would never be doing anything here that I feel like would not personally benefit me, and you know, just simply just to, you know, shill it to you guys. You know, when you have a 50% off code off something like Apex, when you can trade someone else's money, I just find that to be an amazing product. And so what can I say? And the dream is, right, you know, if you have 4 accounts, you know, I'm just using 4 because that is just an easy way to do the math, right? Because 4 times 250, right? 250 is how many trading days there are in a year. 4 times 250 equals 1,000. And so that's why I use 4 typically as my example. But say you have 4 accounts, right? 4 50K accounts. And each 50K account you trade with 1 contract. And with 1 contract, you make about $100, $200 a day. All you have to do is get your average per day. Let's say you make $200 per day. It's not even that much, right? $200 a day is very reasonable, I think, when it comes to trading. But $200 a day, if you have 4 contracts, at the end of the year, that means you make $200,000 at the end of the year. Trading basically 1 contract, that's only 2 scalps per day, trading 1 contract on these accounts. And again, I'm using these really small numbers for the accounts because it's reasonable, and it's actually relatively safe for how much capital you have. And so you trade 1 contract for each 50K account, and you have 4 of them. That means at the end of the year, if you trade on average make $200 a day on one account with a trade copier, then that means you are making $200,000 a day or a year. And the fact that you have that opportunity to do that using Apex, in my opinion, is unbelievable. And I think that's the dream, right? Russell H says, now I know how many accounts you have without being a member. It's kind of funny. Actually, I have more than 4. I have more than 4 accounts than in Apex. But I like to use 4 just as an example. And anything you add on top of that, let's say you have 5, you just add that much more, right? And you can have up to 20 accounts. If you have 20 accounts, you're trading 1 contract per account. That's 20 contracts per trade. And if you make $100 on any account, I mean, 20 contracts, that's kind of hard. That's a lot of that's a lot. I mean, 20 accounts, that's kind of a lot. But let's say you have 20 accounts. 20 accounts. Let's just say you have 20 accounts. Whatever average per day, you multiply that by 5,000. So let's say you make $100. Let's just say you make $50 a day. That means at the end of the year, if you can make 1 scalp per day, 1 point with 1 contract over 20 accounts, that means you can make $250,000. You can make $250,000 a year if you can have 20 contracts and you make 1 scalp a day with 1 contract. That's the beauty of leverage. That's the beauty of Apex. Worldview Bro says, if I pass for the 50K, I can copy extra 50K. Yeah, so when we say a trade copier, we mean that you have to pass eval for each account. So if you want 20 eval, if you want 20 50K accounts, that means you need to pass 20 50K evaluations, and they'll fund you 20 50Ks. And so Sack of Clams, my goal is to make 6 figures working 1 hour a day. Is that too much to ask? First world problems. It's like, oh, I have to work more than 1 hour a day to make 6 figures. First world problems right there. While people in Ukraine are getting blown up. We are privileged people. I'll just say that right now. If you are born in a first world country, you've already hit the jackpot. Big push up. Looks like we're getting a strong bull trend day today. I'm going to take this scalp here. It's far away from 20 MA, but the trend is so strong. I'm going to take this scalp here. Let's hope it's not outside bar reversal. I'm going to take a quick scalp here. Try to get 2 points, or try to get a point here. Multiple bull bars in a row, super strong uptrend, basically breakout mode, and we'll try to get a quick scalp here if we can get it. If not, then we lose it and probably end the stream here. But with all that being said, pandas, it's just, that's why I promote Apex, because of the potential of what can happen. Let's go, baby. Easy peasy, easy money. Quick scalp. I just got out of that scalp. Skin of my teeth. All right, pandas. I hope everyone's doing amazing. Seems like a lot of you guys got your bamboo today, according to the poll, and that is a good way to end this Friday. Pandas, hey, good vibes only. I hope everyone has an amazing weekend, and that's great. Gan says you got lucky. I did get lucky. That's why I scalp. That's why I scalped that. I didn't swing trade, just scalped it. And hope everyone has an amazing weekend. And really, again, this Apex thing, I'm not making this up. I'm just doing the math for you guys. And I think it's just I just think there's an opportunity here that is just amazing. So, pandas, hope everyone has an amazing weekend. I'll see you guys bright and early on Monday, 9 o'clock for the pre-market show, where you guys can see all my off-stream trades. You guys can see all my account balances. And at 9:15, I'll start the mainstream. I'll see most of you guys there. So, hope everyone has an amazing weekend. And as always, happy trading. God bless. Bye.